guys, this is Moses Jairaj. In this video I want to say what I want to say is I want to grow to 9 feet 9 inches tall. I was not growing effectively. What I want to say is I posted the Kent Hovind videos for reference videos. That's what I believe. I believe man was a huge tall. The dinosaurs lived 6,000 years ago, and until 1500s they started to extinct until 1800. That's what I believe. I don't believe in the theory of evolution. My ultimate goal is to grow to 9 feet 9 inches tall, but I was not making better progress. I was not recovering very well. I don't even know why. It was taking a lot more time. The last option for me is hyperbaric chamber. So it will take lakhs of rupees for investment. I have to wait for a while. This year my goal is to win and get a job first, and then earn money and then spend it for hyperbaric chamber. That's the last option I had. I have to spend for hyperbaric chamber, and I want to grow to much taller. My goal is not 7'1". My goal is to grow to 9 feet 9 inches. I want to mimic the environment, create the environment which God gave Preflood. I want to live like a demo piece that God created, how God created this universe and how He wanted the universe to be and the earth to be, the creation to be before man's sin. I want to be a demo piece. Actually, it was 4 times taller and bigger. When you bring those climatic conditions, which is purified sunlight, high magnetic field and high atmospheric pressure and more oxygen, the plants and animals started to grow bigger and larger. And I want to be an example by growing a 9 feet 9 inches tall and become the best sportsman, faster, stronger and taller. I want to my goal is in 2 years, in next 2 years, spending money for hyperbaric chamber. That's the thing. I want to grow to 9 feet 9 inches tall by investing on the hyperbaric chamber HPOT. Next 2 years I'm going to do that, and I want to live in that environment, just staying in that environment, recovering faster and becoming better athlete. That's what I want to be. And I want to live as a demo piece of the truth, the creation science, young earth creation science. I want to show this world, the biblical world, the true picture of the God to the world, not man's view, not the theory of evolution view. I want to show the world the real picture, the truth to the world. I want to live in that kind of manner. I want to live in that manner, and I want to be an example or demo piece of the God by growing to 9 feet 9 inches. One day God showed me in my dream that men were 22 feet tall. They were a lot bigger and best. It's like an insane telling, but when you see Kalba experiment of he creating those atmospheric conditions to the piranha, they grow 4 times bigger and stronger than they grew right now. If that was what God showed me in my dream is right when it comes to 22 feet, that's because the 6 feet man, the 4 times bigger is 24 feet. Almost 22 is right when it comes to mimic those atmospheric conditions. I want to mimic them exactly, because right now the recovery rate is much more slower. When you see the Bible says pre-flood, the fruit, they get fruit faster. So what God did was to reduce man's sin and to reduce the evil of after eating the knowledge of good and evil. What God did was he brought forth thorns and thistles. That was a curse he did to the Adam. If the atmospheric conditions is much more, what will happen is they will grow much more faster. The fruit, you will get the fruit faster, and also at the same time you will go thorns and thistles faster. So I think Noah's father, Lamech, is Lamech Noah's father? They gave name to Noah. He bring rest from all this toil that we had, that the curse that God cursed the land. He will bring the rest from it. That was true, because from now onwards the fruits that was given by the land getting 6 months, and the period was stretched and it was getting later. At the same time, thorns and thistles will take time to grow. It won't grow faster. That was right. Noah gave rest to the rest of the mankind of the Preflood, but they were stronger and bigger. When you see the sons of God come unto the daughters of men, they bear Nephilim, and before the Satan started corrupting the usage of God's good things, he's going to use it for wrong purpose, and he wanted to make people much bigger, because the curse that he got in the Garden of Eden because of man's sins, that the woman going to bring forth a child and he's going to kill you, and he's going to I will bring an enmity between you and the woman, his child and your child. He's going to crush your head. That's the similar thing he used. I think that's the thing. That's why before flood he corrupted the abundance of the things that God gave, and after flood, at the time with Joseph, he started to bring the famine. I don't know is there famine before that, but you can see famine after that, and man will started to starve for resources. See, the Satan knows truth, the gods know truth, but man doesn't know truth. Satan doesn't want us to know the truth. This world, today's world, is the prince of this world is definitely Satan, Lucifer. It was like, you feel like I was like maniac, but this book tells you this. The one that wrote this book, God, with the help of 40 authors, usage of 40 authors, he never going to lie. I believe this book, rather than the world, the life that we live in. I wanted to, and started corrupting his own ways. He created own ways. The serpent created his own patterns in this world, the own lies, his own ways. You can see there is always a corruption. If the people who won't think, if we were getting better and better and better through the form of evolution, they don't need a good world, a new world. But if you see the previous history, it is not uniformitarianism. Some of the things that we face today, the problems that we face today, when you go back in time, this is the time chat. This will show you the real time. When you go back in time and you see, there is no certain things. There is a time when you doesn't have to build a house. You doesn't have to search for food. and there is abundance of resources, and when there is a time there is much better living, then you will realize we were getting worse and worse. When you think there is a time when people were bigger and better and stronger, then definitely you think there was no, we were getting worse and worse. Then with that God's picture in your mind, God's view in mind, you will definitely understand that we need a new world, that what Bible suggests in the Revelation was right. We have to end this world, and God has to rebuild the things which was better and stronger. When you see in this world, it's completely miserable life. World is filled with problems. But what God made, He terminated all those problems, and in His program there was a better life. Only the man's sin caused it worse and worse. You can see every curse that God gave man time scale, that God cursed ground, and that God cursed the ground, and He started to reduce the man's period of time to 120 years, and the famine and the breaking of the languages, it started to open for the new problems that we were facing, and the power, and the man that wanted to control the rest of the world. Those things create more and more problems. We can see, I was hearing Ralph Epperson's videos, how politicians going to bring inflations, how they want to bring a new world order. I added that video resources playlist. You go and see that. But I hasn't making better progress when it comes to height and strength and endurance. I was not making the better progress. It was really hard to get progress, because taking more time to overcompensate. My body was taking more and more time to overcompensate. If I fix the things which was getting hyperbaric chamber alone fix a lot of my problems, and also the diet, the vegan diet. That problem, that solved a lot of problems. That's it, guys. See you in the next video.